Sadhguru Nath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, Mahabharata560. As you may remember, Krishna turned his face toward the child who was not living. No one could recognize this Krishna. They were looking at him with their eyes open wide with amazement. He looked as though he did not belong to this world. He was far away. Suddenly, Krishna took the little child in his hands. It was limp as a lotus hurt by snow. Krishna took it in his lotus hands. He passed his divine hands along the body of the child. His fingers traveled from the head to the little toes of the child. At the touch of his blessed hands, the child became alive. It began to cry lustily. It had been granted life. Krishna was limp with exhaustion. Sweat was pouring down his face in tiny rivulets. He came out of the chambers. He could not walk. He looked so tired. He sat on a stone seat for a while. Satyaki was waiting for him. He had heard the cry of the child. He was happy. He saw Krishna come out of the chambers of Uttara as though he were in a daze. He saw Krishna stagger toward the stone seat. Satyaki saw Krishna to be in a trance. Satyaki waited for him to come. He guessed that Krishna would not be pleased if he intruded into his inmost thoughts. It was evident that this task had drained him of all his energy, his spiritual energy. Krishna was regaining it. It was a sacred moment. Krishna was tuning himself to be in touch with the infinite in order to get his energy back. Satyaki waited. Krishna came to him. He looked the same old Krishna. His face glowed with a new light. He looked as though he had gone through a strange experience. Satyaki did not speak about it. He said, "So Abhimanyu lives again. Glory will be yours for this act of yours." Krishna, it is a greater achievement than winning the war on the Kurukshetra field. Krishna smiled and said, "Yes, Satyaki, this was more difficult than winning the war." They walked away from there with their hands locked together. The palace was a temple of joy. The entire kingdom was celebrating the birth of the heir to the throne of the Pauravas. A month passed. The child of Abhimanyu was given the name Parikshit. The days were spent in celebrating the event. Even Subhadra was able to forget her pain when she saw the son of her Abhimanyu. They heard that Yudhishthira was returning from the north. Krishna and the others went to meet them halfway. The entire party entered the city with great enthusiasm. Vyasa came, and the preparations were begun for the Ashwamedha. The king saw the newborn child of Abhimanyu, and his sorrow was all gone at the sight of the child. It was amusing to see Bhima carrying the small child in his huge, big hands. He was very fond of their grandson. Yudhishthira came to Krishna and said, "Krishna, please listen to my words. I have a request to make. You must perform this yagna. You have won this kingdom for us, and it is but right that you should perform the Ashwamedha." Krishna smiled gratefully at Yudhishthira and said, "You are the ruler of the kingdom. You are the Lord and Master for all of us. It is but right that the Ashwamedha Yagna should be performed by a king of the lunar race. It is all in the tradition of the kings of this house. Your dear grandfather had said that you will be like Nahusha and Harishchandra. I will be greatly honored if I am allowed to serve you as one of your vassals. I'm proud of you, my lord. I am a very happy man." Sadhguru Nath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.